1, 2, 3. Test driving everything and anything with two wheels to help you find your next bike. I'm Sean Kerr, and this is Srkcycles. 2007 Honda VTX 1300. I think it's the R. I think the R's got the big old retro fenders. And let's take it for a spin. Alright, so the first time I really rode one of these, I had the chance of riding double with my wife. And it was great. What I like about Honda, and I've said this once, and I'll say it 1,000 more times. Every time I hop on a Honda, you know, modern Honda, I genuinely feel like it was made for me. I like the way everything feels. The shifting's very responsive. The brakes, I like the grips. I feel like I've been riding the bike. There's no learning curve when it comes to riding these things. I feel like I've been riding the bike my whole life. Another great thing about these bikes is how clean and simple they are. You got a speedometer, a couple little lights, and that's it. Your handlebars nice and clean. There's just two wires floating around there. You got a kill switch button. It's just motorcycling at its simplest. Alright, so the 1300 for most people, it's not really an entry-level bike. It's a little bigger than that, but it's not too big. But you know what? If you're a big guy, if you're a big, giant man, I could see this being your first bike. Because it's not too twitchy. It's got plenty of power. You can ride double on this thing all day long. This thing just cruises on the highway speeds. Alright, 1, 2, 3. It's quick. It's more bike than anyone would ever need. The Honda engine is very reliable. I've never heard any issues with them. Now, the last video I made about the VTX 1300, I think I called it like everything wrong with the VTX 1300. And all I really said was that it's not an 1800. That's what's wrong with it. Other than that, if you want a little more power, 18's where it's at. And it's not even a little more. The 18 is more of a muscle bike. The 1300 is just this is more than normal. I'm sure if I took this up against any Harley Softail or of a current age, you know, even any 96 cubic inch Harley Davidson, I think this would take it out. So it's plenty of power. I also like the size. I like the wide tank. Makes me feel like a grown-up. I like the wide tank. I like where the bars are at. It's a very comfortable bike. But it's big. You know, a lot of times you get real tired of riding small bikes. I think the only problem with this bike, and the reason I say don't buy one, is because I think you need to buy two of them. So I think it's a great all-around bike. It's a very good, inexpensive cruiser motorcycle. And if you were to compare this to other brands, it's really hard to beat the bang for your buck when it comes to a Honda like this. Alright guys, that wraps it up. I will see you later. Don't forget, it's not what you're riding, but where you're going.